Welcome to the RHEL 10 Unexpected Reboot Root Cause Analysis Lab. A Linux server rebooted without a planned change, and your job is to reconstruct the timeline and identify the most defensible cause. This exercise uses non-destructive commands. Never trigger a crash test on a production system. Start with sudo I, date minus capital I, who-b, uptime-s, and last-x-capital F. These commands establish the current boot and recent shutdown and reboot events. Next run journalctl-list boots. Inspect the previous boot with journalctl-b-1-e and journalctl-k-b-1-p0:3. If your boot index is different, use the identifier shown in the list. Scan the previous boot for panic, oops, watchdog, out of memory, I/O errors, thermal events, machine check errors, and hardware resets. Pay close attention to the final journal lines. A complete systemd shutdown sequence suggests a deliberate or automated reboot. An abrupt journal ending suggests power loss, a hard reset, or a kernel crash, but it is not proof by itself. Corroborate the timeline with audit search for system boot, system shutdown, and execute events containing reboot, shutdown, power off, or systemctl. Then inspect DNF history and systemd timers for updates or scheduled jobs. Audit evidence is available only when auditd and suitable rules were active. If the evidence points to a kernel panic, check kdump. Review the kdump service, kdumpctl status, and the contents of /var/crash. A vmcore or vmcore-dmessage.txt can provide post-mortem evidence. Analyze a dump only with the matching kernel and debug symbols, and never trigger the sysrq crash test during this lab. For suspected hardware or platform failure, review kernel machine check and I/O messages, the physical server BMC event log, or the cloud and hypervisor event history. Finally, create a read-only evidence bundle containing the boot list, last-x output, previous journal, kernel errors, and audit log. Write the RCA as a timeline: observed symptoms, evidence, root cause, confidence level, contributing factors, and corrective actions. If the previous journal is missing, say that the evidence is inconclusive. Do not invent a cause. Harden the system for the next incident by enabling persistent journaling and verifying kdump before a failure occurs. In the practice challenge, decide whether the evidence supports an administrator reboot, an automated update, a kernel crash, a power event, or a logging gap. The final checklist is simple. Establish the timeline, classify the reboot, corroborate with independent evidence, preserve artifacts, and document the RCA.